Hey everyone, welcome back. And just so you can tell already, we have another swap truss coming. This is swapping a JK Dana 30 into your XJ, TJ, or ZJ. And on top of that, we're gonna show you how we're gonna end up changing that caster value along with your pinion. We already have the swap kits for the Dana 44 JK into the WJ, XJ, TJ, and ZJ, along with full steering kits. We already knocked out the WJ Dana 30 swap already this year, so now we're tackling the last bit of this entire process. We keep it as simple as we can. We have our front plates, top caps, rear plates, a 3/8 top cap that's gonna go right over top your diff. That way then when we end up turning this to keep our spring angle the same, we can also have it indicate differently on the C's. That way then you can end up doing a cut and turn as simple as possible, and the weld gaps are pretty decent to go with. We also have our lower control mounts that will show you how those alternate, and the shock mounts, and then your track bar too, and your upper control arm. PPE first before I forget. We're just gonna flip our top cap right over. We're gonna place our plates on. We're gonna tack these on 90 degrees. So once they fall in, I'm gonna end up using my magnet, set this at a true 90 degrees. I'll get this tacked in from here. And then we'll get both left and right sides all set up, set it on the axle, and then we'll orientate those to the same angle since they're spring pads, and then we'll tack our top cap on. All right, with this one all tacked together, we're gonna move to the other side, and you can end up flipping this upside down. So with the part number side, if you can see that shine, getting it right at that right angle, this is up because this open slot here is going to be for the sway bar link. We're going to take the front plate, we're going to take this, flip upside down just like I prefer. Slot these guys in, and we'll get these all tacked up too. We do need one more thing, and that's cutting off this upper control arm mount. The reason why we cut off this UCA mount is because the lower control arm mount sits underneath the axle tube. Our truss swap relocates this behind the tube itself, giving you so much more clearance underneath when you are wheeling. We're gonna keep these distances equal. So by cutting this off, we're gonna re-weld on a steel version that we give you in the kit. That way they stay equal distance from each other. I know, it's pretty thick. Sweet, that'll do it. We're gonna go ahead and get our C-gussets put on. Now, it's the same part number, so it doesn't matter which side goes where, but all you have to do is you'll set it in as close as you can, and then you have to use a hammer and actually hit this in, and it will slowly bend this outward. So if cameraman gets a good angle on this, you can see this slight bend. And that's it. So then from there, you can go ahead and annotate with a marker where you need it clean, and then you'll go ahead and reinstall it, tack it on, it'll be good to go. Once your C-gussets are on, you go ahead and take those pre-assembled pieces, you're gonna drop them right on. And because of the warping, you might need to tap it on. That's how this truss is really gonna be. We're gonna set this on, we're gonna measure our actual spring angle here because the XJ, TJ, and ZJs actually have a angled spring pad that sits around 5 degrees. Unfortunately, these JK axles, the separation angle between the C and the pinion is only 6.5 degrees. So a XJ, high pinion Dana 30 that came from the factory, had 13.5 degrees of separation. We highly recommend if you're doing anything above a 3 or a 4-inch lift, a cut and turn is going to make your drivability way better for this axle swap. And at that point, you already have the welder out. Might as well melt some more metal. With our two pieces set on the axle now, we're going to go ahead and add the actual truss cap on top, the top of the differential, and we're just going to square these edges to each other. So once this is aligned, as you see, there's a lot of clearance around it, depending on how it's orientated. Now this allows you to fill those gaps depending on how far you end up turning the differential to fix your drive shaft. But because we're talking about cut and turns, there's a little bit more we'll go into in just a second. Let's get this put in place. All right, with most of this tacked together, as you can see, this angle looks a little goofy compared to what you would usually imagine it as. Well, that's because the separation angle on this JK axle itself is 6.5 degrees versus a stock high pinion Dana 30 from an XJ TJ ZJ has 13.5 degrees. Because of that, it messes with your caster if you're trying to turn your pinion angle to fix that drive shaft angle. So we're going to focus on clearancing the truss itself to fix that pinion. As we already know, you can get 10 degrees on your pinion angle on a 4-inch lift, and you're going to be rock solid. That leaves us with no cut and turn. The caster value itself ends up going negative comparatively versus what you really want it to be. So if you end up cutting and turning it, as we already have this one slotted, we can turn this to whatever value we need and whatever we desire. Factory calls for a 5-degree spring angle and a 5 to 6 degree caster. Luckily, that's kind of one-on-one. So we're going to go ahead and get this burnt together, and then we'll show you what this whole thing looks like with the rest of the lower control arm mounts, upper control arm mount, and track bar, sway bar. No matter what pinion angle you want your vehicle to have, our trusses are able to do that due to the amount of clearance that it has. For these lower control arm brackets, they're 3-piece because you have your interior piece, middle piece, and then the outside shock. So we're going to go ahead and actually tack these two on first. You'll use your hardware from your kit to make sure these stay in line, and then there's nice notches that these are going to fall right into. So with these sitting on the notch, we're going to tack these on real quick, and then we'll get the other one all set up too. After those are all tacked in, we're going to go ahead and put on the shock tab itself with the bolt. A benefit to this actual truss kit is that these are actually super high clearance to most conventional kits out there. Most brackets actually hang way lower on the tube. We wanted as much clearance on the rocks as possible, so we ended up bringing these up, and in tandem to keep that separation distance with that UCA mount, we brought this up slightly higher too, so then all the geometry stays as best as it can. Here's the UCA mount itself. Yours comes with the bushing, but all we're going to do is end up throwing this on here. It tongue and grooves into that top cap, and then we're going to go ahead and get this tacked on. For the sway bar part itself, super easy. It's going to end up notching right against the tube there. It'll fall inside of the notch itself. It should be fairly close to the level with the actual top plate. So we're going to go ahead and tack that in quick. And then with this plate, we're going to throw it right on the outside. It follows the same bend that it has. So we're just going to put these right next to each other so they're nice and flush. Now on my fancy weld table I got, this is somewhat of a small jigsaw puzzle, but it's pretty simple. We're going to take our flat piece right on the inside section here, and it's just going to sit flat to the wall. We're going to take the tongue and groove, key it into that slot, and we're going to let him sit right on top. So these are our sections that we can go ahead and tack. And then this guy itself will end up sitting keyed into the front, but slotted flat on the back. To double check fitment, you can end up using a track bar sleeve to make sure that distance on the interior is right, and you can bolt it in and set this on. We're fairly confident in this, so we're going to go ahead and get this tacked together. With this all assembled together, we're going to go ahead and set it on. This actually sits flat on the top, and it indicates right into that cut. And because they got tack welds in the wrong spot, I give this a little tap. As you see, this wall section itself sits fairly flush to here, gives you plenty of room for the coil spring itself. It's keyed in fairly nicely. Just give it a little bit more love. We'll get this thing tacked on. That is the full truss all tacked together and in place. And again, the highlight to this entire thing is that you can end up rotating this truss in any type of angle that you need out of your pinion for whatever lift that you have on your XJ, TJ, or ZJ. And on top of that, the location on the LCAs are flush to the bottom of the tube. meaning you have as much clearance as you can get underneath your axles when you do swap these things in. Don't forget to check out ironrockoffroad.com. Like, follow, and subscribe.